Scottie Scheffler, 367. Scottie, compared to what you thought coming into the week, how'd the course play today under championship conditions?
I mean, the scores were a bit lower than I imagined them to be, but, you know, going out early on Thursday, it's the easiest conditions you're going to see most of the week. I said it a little earlier, but hopefully I'm teeing off a bit later the next few days than I did today. So hopefully that'll be the easiest conditions. But yeah, heck of a round by Ricky, and I got to a pretty slow start today, and so I was proud kind of getting into the house there at 3 under. You know, I had the little hiccup there at the last, but can't complain. Hit a lot of good shots today, and I did a good job of staying patient out there, and you know, posted a good number on a day in which I got off to a pretty slow start.
We're going to open up to questions right here to Brentley on your right.
How would you say you putted today compared to recent tournaments?
Pretty good. I mean, I rolled it nice. Saw some putts go in. It's pretty good.
Mark in the front.
Scottie, when you look at, just getting back to Ricky, you mentioned when you look at that number out there of 62, I know you weren't in that group, but what do you make out of that?
It's a pretty low round at a U.S. Open. I joked a bit earlier, I think the USGA will be a bit frustrated that the number was that low today, and I don't think you'll be seeing too much of that over the weekend, but I mean, a heck of a round. U.S. Open golf course, I didn't see 8 under out there today. I mean, especially with the way I started, and so for him to just, it's one of those golf courses where I think if you can pick up some momentum and capitalize on those really difficult holes, all of a sudden it starts to open up and you see those easier holes, and so like, I guess Ricky started, the back nine's harder than the front. Ricky starts on the back, and I didn't see his whole round, but I mean, if you shoot a couple under on the back nine, all of a sudden you make the turn, you got number 1, you got number 8, you got 6, you got a lot of holes where you can kind of get after it, and I'm sure confidence was riding high after his front 9, and he just kept it rolling into the back.
If I could just follow regarding Ricky, he's obviously been kind of climbing his way back a little bit. As you've made your ascent, you know, he kind of stepped back a little bit, and now he's been grinding to get back up the world rankings and whatnot. Have you kind of seen him out there working? I don't know how well you know him, or you know.
Yeah, I know Ricky fairly well. Yeah, I wouldn't say that he's been grinding to get back. I think he's been grinding for years. I think in order to become one of the best players in the world, which he has been now for probably 10 years at least. You got to put the work in, you got to put the time in, and so golf's a hard game, and sometimes you struggle. I think when people watch on TV, they imagine it's easy because you see the guys just playing good all the time, but it's not that easy of a sport. And so you go through the ebbs and flows of your career, and as long as you keep working hard and you know, keep the faith in yourself, which Ricky has, you know, he's climbed his way all the way back, and he's been playing some really solid golf this year.
We're going to go to Alex on the right.
Yeah, Scottie, did anything surprise you out there today, or when you know, obviously you had a couple practice rounds, but did anything kind of come up and say, I didn't really see that before?
The greens were softer than I thought they'd be this morning. Outside of that, no, I mean, it played kind of how I thought it would. There were some gettable pins today, and I would just say the only thing that surprised me, like we started on 1 and that green seemed like it was concrete, and then we got to number 2 and I hit a 9-iron in there and it landed like very soft for US Open, and I would say the greens were just a bit softer today than I thought they would have been.
Stay here on the right.
Scottie, what's your biggest weapon when it comes to the majors, do you think?
I don't know. I like competing. I like playing against the best players, and I like hard golf courses. And so I guess those all kind of line up with the majors. And for me, it's a fun challenge, and it's nice. Like, for instance, today I start on 1, and 1's probably the easiest, if not the second easiest hole on the golf course. And I hit a good drive, and it ends up in the lip of the bunker, and I don't really have a shot advancing it down the fairway. There's literally one place on the entire hole where you can hit it where you want to have a shot, and my ball found its way in there. And not only that, it found its way to the downslope too, which is even worse. And in regular tournaments, stuff like that can really hurt you. And in the majors, I just feel like you can kind of wait for your moments and hit really good shots. And like today, I just kind of waited for my moments and, you know, hit the nice shot at number 9 and made a good putt, and then, you know, just got on a good run there and was able to capitalize. And so I just feel like the challenge of everything is suits my game better than, you know, some of the easier tests that we see on tour throughout the year.
One more to Brentley.
What do you think was the most difficult shot you've executed out there today?
The most difficult shot I hit?
That you successfully, you know.
I have no idea. I mean, I hit a good shot into 17. I hit I think what I'm most proud of my round today was I got off to the slow start. Like I said, the front nine's easier than the back nine, and I think I played the par fives 1 over today, and it was frustrating to get off to that slow of a start, but I still was able to shoot 3 under. So I was most proud of just kind of how I hung in there today and played some solid golf.
Scottie, thanks for your time.
Thanks, y'all.